Namaste yoga friends, welcome to today's Kids Yoga versus Adult Yoga. My name's Doreen Foxwell, and this week is a perfect week to talk about children's yoga class themes versus an adult class. This week we have had so many wonderful holidays having to do with Earth that are happening. We had Earth Day yesterday, and we have Arbor Day at the end of the week. And then right prior to Earth Day, we went into Taurus, the zodiac sign Taurus. And Taurus is connected to the earth. It is what's called an earth sign. And so for teaching children, it's so much fun to teach them yoga poses and breaths and meditations and chants and games and activities that have to do with a theme. So this week has been very easy to match all of these wonderful themes having to do with Mother Earth. Adult yoga teachers don't necessarily teach theme type classes. I personally do, because I find it much easier to talk about what's going on either in astrology that week, or going on in the world that week, or going on with the weather that week, whatever it might be. I find it much easier to teach an adult class based on that. But most adult classes are not taught that way. There are some adult styles, they have a sequence of poses that they do in a row all the time, and that's the sequence they do. Others are based on things like going from some yoga breaths to yoga poses that are what's called active, to then what's called passive, meaning an active pose is more strenuous, a passive pose is more of a relaxation. There are yoga styles that actually are all about relaxation, and you do a lot more what's called restorative yoga poses and breaths. And then there's, of course, meditation that should be in every yoga class. But this is where things really vary. So for kids of all ages, for 21 years, my program has been teaching a thematic curriculum, and it seems to really work best. Of course, the theme or the class curriculum for teens is very different than the theme or class curriculum for under 5-year-olds. I call it fluff. We put a lot of fluff in the under 5-year-old classes. And then we have in the in-between stages, this young school age, sometimes they have more fluff and music and faster paced classes, and sometimes not. Those are all dependent on the age groups and the type of schools or facilities we're teaching in. And so I wanted to share that with you for this month's Kids Yoga versus Adult Yoga. And it doesn't make it wrong how adult classes are taught. A lot of people will want an adult class to lose weight, an adult class for relaxation, an adult class to strengthen their muscles, a faster adult class, a more dance-like yoga class. There are just so many styles and so many different types of yoga out there. You need to find the one as an adult that resonates with you best. You might like the vinyasa. That's one of my favorites, vinyasa yoga, because vinyasa to me is closer to a dance type yoga, and I was a dancer for many years. So for me, vinyasa is one of my favorite ones, but I'm always open to new yoga styles out there that are happening and starting, and old school ones as well. So thank you for listening to today's Kids Yoga versus Adult Yoga. We hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. Have a great yoga day.